defiance, boy, the Lord was doing favors. Blaze through the fire, yeah, we had a few. Lost a few wages, still coming rampant, misbehavior, flavors, still coming anti-up, rebelling with my ravers, still don't give a about who be the latest. Can't be locked up in them cages, start living up to what the is biggest days.
But hey, what about the
So I stepped down stage, they were like, see the crowd going air, they were like, so I stepped down stage, they were like, ooh yeah. See the crowd going air, they were like, ooh yeah.
Even when I'm down bad, yeah, I know how to bounce back. Cause you know I got her. And she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still got her. I still got her. I still got her. Back up, cause it's on this old train line, I'ma get it done. Now I got the party jumping like it's double dutch. Then we spun the block, came back, double up like, ooh, I got her. And yeah, met her uptown, but she from the borough, better known as the boogie down. All sookie now, get up out the kitchen, man, I'm cooking now. Brother man, slip your skin, suck it to me. And they gotta shut their mouth when they talking to me. I look around, it's a whole lot of fraction mamas, but I hit the highs, man, don't want the drama. Hey, peace and love, baby, keep it groovy. Every time we pop out, you know it's a movie. If I'm in hot water, then it's a jacuzzi. I gotta shake, so I'm throwing deuces. I gotta, even when I'm down bad, yeah, I know how to bounce back. Cause you know I got her. And she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still got her. I still got her. I still got her. Hey, you must be knowing here. You see these grown people talking, what you doing here? I gotta have a mind and hit you with a put your get up off the wall, go on, get it moving here. Yeah, I'm just catching the vibe. I told the valet, take your time, it might get a ride. Floating through the front door, my modest attire. And good Lord, mama, you know you looking divine. I had to turn around, double take a look at that. Girl, you got good taste, where you cook it at? You can mingle with the cool kids. I'm out here sweating like a preacher in a pool pit. Even when I'm down bad, I know how to bounce back. I know I got her, and she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, and even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still got her. I know I got her. I know I got her. Even when I'm down bad, yeah, I know how to bounce back. Cause you know I got her. And she look good, don't she? On top of that, she good for me. Made me wanna say, even though I got plenty, if I'm down to my last penny, I still got her. I still got her. I still got her.
Hey, used to have a silver tooth when I was just a pup, yeah. Now I got some killers who got shotties with the pumps. I don't wanna catch the feelings, I be trying to see what's up. I let shorty clean the business, I'm a diamond and to run it back. Used to have a silver tooth when I was just a pup. Now I got some killers who got shotties with the I don't wanna catch the feelings, I be trying to see what's up. I let shorty clean the business, I'm a diamond and to run it. First order of biz, no snitch, and I try to keep it silent, but the kids don't listen. The birthday got another hit, no flinch, and I tell them send a watch that I can fit both wrists. She on the class tryna get a nigga. She think I'm a last cause I got a pass with her. And I ain't tryna let her down, but I'm not. If you was tryna settle down, get a fact. Song pull up in the city with a nice jump. Lights on. Chinese throw the chicken, need a wipe to throw the rice on. Pull up double park with all the ice on. Pick 'em like, she running up, she one of them. She pay her bill, she it up. 52nd Street, I double down, then I doubled up. 2023, and I'm the only coming up, yeah.
Can't stop till we all off in. I drop with the whole world sing. Pop when I do like this, it's the big block door.
Hey, used to have a silver tooth and I was just a pup, yeah. Now I got some killers who got shotties with the pumps. I don't wanna catch the feelings, I be trying to see what's up. Got a shorty clean appendix, I'm a diamond in the rough. Hey.
24 karat VVs in the stars. Rings going off like Michael with the club.
On a gorgeous late summer afternoon, it is time for football here at Cleveland Browns Stadium in downtown Cleveland, Ohio. But today, no waiting around. We jump right into an AFC North battle in Week 1, as it'll be the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Cleveland Browns. A new season of NFL football is here, and we're off in 2023 on EA Sports. Charlie Jones now from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Here we go. Here we go. 11.
Now a three-time 1,000-yard rusher, Joe Mixon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Here we go. 11.
Here's Burrow. This goes out wide from Mixon. Room past the 35. Down the sideline he goes. And he's going to get this down inside the 40 before he's finally ridden out of bounds. A big play there on the catch and run. 45 yards.
Here we go.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Burrow will throw. Catch is made here by Irv Smith Jr. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
A gain of 26 yards. And the Bengals first down.
Our first red zone opportunity of the new year here as they come up now 1st and 10. Now Burrow. This time for Smith, and it's intercepted. Takes this one back into the end zone. The Browns defense has a touchdown. That's only the first quarter. That's a quick shift in momentum right there because they were driving the football before that interception. And then not only, Charles, do they throw the pick, but it gets returned all the other way for the score.
I think the important thing here was it backed up in their own territory. This defense didn't blink. They hung in there, waited for the offense to make a mistake, and as soon as they did, they capitalized in the biggest way possible.
Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone. So we will start here at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And one of the things we like to hit on every year are the new rule changes. So we got a few for 2023. A lot are procedural, having to do with deadlines. And well, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play there for Cincinnati. 42 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now it's Burrow. He will find his man Chase complete. Touchdown. Jamar Chase, 33 yards. And the Bengals are within an extra point of tying up this ball game.
When we draw up defenses on the board, we do account for every receiver. But on that particular play, somehow he was wide open, became an easy touchdown pass.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Peoples-Jones going to elect to bring this one out. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. A guy coming off his best season as a pro. Here's Nick Chubb. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on 1st down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on 2nd.
From the 24 now, here's a 2nd and 5. Here's Watson, option left. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. That will go for 9 yards and a 1st down on the keeper. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
2nd and 11 at the 46-yard line.
They run it again with Chubb. Well, they nearly sprung it that time as he takes this all the way down to the 47. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
That's how you get right up off of the mat because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a 1st down with his very next run.
Shreds him with his stiff arm. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll try the air now with Watson. Oh, his first throw of the season is intercepted. It's DJ Turner who's got it. And the Bengals are going to take over at their own 41. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst, a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And the Browns will take over possession here up at the 44. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. They'll start in excellent field position following the INT. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. That's on the Pro Bowl guard, Joel Bitonio. Here's Chubb on the read option. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Well, what a start to the season here. Cincinnati and Cleveland, AFC North rivals, Ohio rivals. I don't know what to make of this division. It feels like anyone could win it, including these Browns.
And you're right about that. And how historic would that be if Cleveland did rise up and take the division? So far since we've gone to this format, they have not won the division title. They're eager, they're excited, and they believe that this could be their year.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Watson. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. These two teams all tied after one.
7-7.
On fourth down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Jones on the return. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Bengals will take over here first and 10.
At their own 39-yard line.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And
for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
11 empty.
On second down, Burrow. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Jamar Chase, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Bengals have taken the lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7.
Browns 7. Evan McPherson to kick off for Cincinnati.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week one. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on third down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. 56 yards rushing for him in this first half as he is looking in mid-season form here in the opener. Moore, the man in motion. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie. Defensively, they had that one pretty well figured out.
Yeah, and one of the things about this play, it can be even more effective when you run a lot of motion, and there's plenty of times you don't hand it off.
They go with Chubb on second down. Despite the strong run, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Third and 2, Watson. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Kevin Stefanski going to take a chance going for it on 4th. They will indeed snap it to Watson. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw this ball into the hole in the zone, but those windows can open and close quickly, especially in the middle of the field. So if the timing's not right, we'll see interceptions like that one right there.
They will throw on first down with Burrow. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns will take over here at their own 14-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
A give running right is Chubb. And a good stiff arm there before he's brought down on a nice little gain. Give him 7 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 10.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Second down, here's Chubb again. Despite some tough running, he's still wrangled down shy of the 15. And this offense on 3rd down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He's going to look deep for more. We've hit the 2-minute mark in the 2nd quarter, 14-7. On 4th down on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Here's Jones on the return. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
At their own 40-yard line.
On 2, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. They'll get 14 on that one. Good for a Bengal first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
This offense in mid-season form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Jamar Chase on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bengals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Peoples-Jones going to elect to bring this one out. Oh, a good return up past the... Now a hit and a loose football. Oh, does the big boy have the juice? So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
The way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. The Browns trying to get back and set quickly here. Time ticking away. 2nd down. Here's Chubb again. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And again, it's Chubb. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Chubb on the read option. There's the stiff arm. And he'll fight his way down right around the 12. The Browns will quickly use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th. Moore the motion man. And now Watson throws another interception. It's DJ Turner who's got it. And the Bengals are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down. Final 12 seconds of the half now as they've got it 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Burrow. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
And with apologies to Dylan Thomas, apparently they're not going to go gently into the half. They're still out there firing haymakers. They took a chance on a deep ball there, but it lines up incomplete.
Final play of the half for Burrow and company. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. So we reach halftime here on opening week. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
It's a new season, so both of these coaching staffs likely making plenty of adjustments after that first half of football. So for the call of the second half here in week 1, we go back to Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Peoples-Jones going to elect to bring this one out. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, the first half, they struggled a little bit to keep pace offensively, CD, down 2 scores here. So how do they make some changes coming out of the locker room?
Well, they've studied what they did in the first half. They've seen what the defense has thrown at them. Now they want to have a plan of attack against it. So you come out, you're not going to get all the points back on one drive, but get started on it. Start chopping into that lead, and maybe it'll inspire your defense to help out as well.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him.
On third down, it's Nick Chubb. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. And even 100 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the season opener.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now Chubb running right. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. That good for 22 and a first down.
Chubb producing on that run, and he produces year after year for the Browns. 3rd in the league with over 1,500 yards in 2022. He quietly is in the top 20 all-time in both yards and touchdowns in a player's first 5 seasons.
So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Here's Watson. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down, and the Bengals will get the football back. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he will be taken down, but not before he gets this to the Browns' 20. That one good for 37 yards.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. Mixon running wide side. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I like the call. Inside the red zone, running the toss. Why? They want to get to the edges. They want to see if guys who don't normally make a lot of tackles are willing to actually do that. That usually means the guy's in the cornerback position.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him 18 on the play.
I know you don't get anything extra for degree of difficulty, but maybe you should. He's done absolutely everything in this game today, including laying out for that one.
Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Anthony Walker. And the Browns are going to take possession here as they've got it at their own 4-yard line.
The Browns take over 1st down 10 at their own 4-yard line.
The Browns drive about to get started. They take over here following the interception. That's the good news. The tough spot is the spot that they're in. That's inside the 5 in the shadow of their own goalpost here. 1st and 10. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's Chubb on the read option. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
And a productive gain out to the 14 after starting at the 7. It's a gain of 7. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Here's Chubb on the read option. And he's going to get the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 22. And quickly, they get to the line.
1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Here's Chubb on the read option. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Watson. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. They'll run for it. Chubb. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the 1st with a very effective stiff arm. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Faking the give. Now Watson. And this one is incomplete.
Give him big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
And Chubb will try the middle here. Not much there. Maybe a couple up to the 35.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Watson now to throw. And this will be caught at the 30. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Back to throw, Watson. They set up the screen to Chubb. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Here's Chubb on the read option. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. Gotta try it here. He's back to throw. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Hankins. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. Now a 2nd down and 6. Now they return to the ground game. Chubb, he'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. And they're going to speed things up here. They go up the middle with Chubb. And he gets the 1st down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. They'll run with Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Browns go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Extra point by York is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. No run back here for Jones, a touchback.
Here we go.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Burrow's throw taken in here by Chase.
If for some reason you doubted Chase's elite ability, how about this? Missed 5 games last season, still reached 1,000 yards and made the Pro Bowl. His name always at the forefront of the game's greatest playmakers.
That one looks like he'll throw here. This one complete to Yoshibas. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly makes this upcoming 3rd down a little bit
tamped down a little bit of the momentum the other side is starting to gain.
Here we go with Burrow. Open man, it's complete to Higgins. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns 16. Now it's Burrow. Flush to his right. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the fourth quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
On one, ready?
Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week one. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Bengals, it was a hard-fought game, and they'll exit 1-0 as they win by a touchdown. And they will head back home next week.
Hey, used to have a silver tooth when I was just a pup, yeah. Now I got some killers who got shotties with the pumps. I don't wanna catch the feelings, I be trying to see what's up. Got a shorty clean the fitness, I'm a diamond and to run it back. Used to have a silver tooth when I was just a pup. Now I got some killers who got shotties with the I don't wanna catch the feelings, I be trying to see what's up. I let shorty clean the fitness, I'm a diamond and to run it. First order of biz, no snitch, and I try to keep it silent, but the kids don't listen. And birthday, got another hit, no flinching. And tell them send a watch that I can fit both wrists. She on the class trying to get it nigga. She think I'm a lad.